Okay, I took y'all seriously that I could maybe give you some tips on packing. So Evangeline is videoing me because she knows YouTube better than I do. So all this stuff is what I'm gonna pack for 5 days and 4 nights in Jamaica. Evangeline, you wanna pan over our stuff? Flip-flops, snorkel mask, makeup. These are bug wipes. So I've got some things here. You can, if you're not checking a bag and you're just carrying on, you gotta get through TSA, everything solid doesn't count against your requirements. So I went and bought these solid sunscreen sticks. You can carry as much of this as you want in any size. This is a solid shampoo bar. It doesn't count because all of your liquid, aerosol, cream, gel, etc. toiletries have to fit in a quart zipper bag. And each piece inside the zipper bag can't be more than 3.4 ounces. So if you've got something that's 5 ounces but it's only half full, supposedly they can reject that and make you throw it away. So it has to, the original container can't be more than 3.4 ounces. So I bought all these teeny sunscreens. We'll probably still end up having to use some, but anyway, that's why I've got the solid this. If you use gel deodorant, switch to solid for a carry-on trip. All right, so we're gonna start. This is a Vera Bradley Weekender bag. It's actually a little bit bigger than what you're supposed to have for this, but because it's soft-sided and it'll squash, I can fit it down into that little measuring thing. And I've used this bag several times for the carry-on personal item. This is one of those little bags from, this one's from Ross, 99 cents, just like a reusable shopping bag, but it's big. So this will be like our beach tote. It's super light and it doesn't really take up any space. So that's gonna go down flat in the bottom. So everything flat kind of can go in the bottom here. Now these are mesh sling floaties because we're staying in a resort that's on a cliff, not on a beach. So when you jump in, you're gonna have to have something to float. So they recommended bringing these. So these are brand new, so they've never been inflated, so they're still flat. So I'm gonna put those in the bottom. Okay, now I've got pouches along the inside of this particular bag. So I'm gonna use this from flip-flops. Stick those in here. And I may or may not use my flat iron, and I may or may not take this out of here. But for right now, let's just say I'm gonna take it. This is insect wipes. Supposedly Jamaica has some kind of sand fleas that react best or worst to picaridin. So these are picaridin wipes. I'm thinking that wipes are not gonna count against my liquid. Honestly, it's rare that they're actually picky about this. So see, all this flat stuff I'm putting at the bottom. Waterproof cell phone case. Gonna poke that down in the pouch. All right, let's go ahead and do the packing cube. So this packing cube came from Amazon. I put this in the Facebook post. It was like $24 and there were 6 of them. They're kind of expensive. This is all my undies. I'm not gonna unwrap all that for y'all to see. But basically the best thing to do is roll things and to pack, if you're going somewhere summery, pack light stuff. So I'm packing sundresses for like dinner and evening. So you just take your little sundress, light, not very thick fabric, and you just kind of make it into the most rectangular shape you can find and roll it down tightly. It really helps with wrinkles and lets you stack them in here. So these have already been rolled. These are the same thing, sundresses. This is actually a maxi dress. It's kind of heavy and big, but it's very tropical. And I haven't worn it probably since the last time I went to Jamaica, but. All right, so got my underwear there. Here is a beach wrap that I just rolled in the same way. So I'm not afraid to like rewear stuff because honestly, I would rewear a sundress twice at home, probably before I cleaned it or washed it. So I don't need to have something for every single day. Overpacking is something I used to do, but I don't do that anymore because I used to come home with clean clothes and that's just a bummer. All right, so I'm bringing one t-shirt with sleeves in case I want to get the sun off of me, rolled up tight. And I'm just kind of packing this all in the packing cube. These are 2 tank tops because I want to keep everything kind of the same height. If I rolled them together individually, they would be low. So I stacked them one on top of the other. and I rolled them so that they're approximately the same height as a full t-shirt or one of these dresses. This is a pair of just wind shorts, running shorts, black. So not a bunch of crazy colors I gotta mix, anything will go with that. And then my bathing suits. This bathing suit is all like matchy. And that's new, bought this for the trip, so that one's kind of fancy. But these others can mix and match. This is just a pair of black bikini bottoms, so it'll go with anything. This is a white top, it will go with this bottom, that bottom, it'll mix and match. And this is like a little swim skirt. So like if we go hiking, climbing the waterfalls or whatever, it'll be more like, you know, better than just a bikini bottom. Okay, and I'm just kind of fitting this in like Tetris. And then just one bonus top because that's my favorite one. Now these are really awesome. I first started using these when the kids were on swim team for swim team towels. They're microfiber, they're super thin. So this is I'll go ahead and unfold it. A super big beach towel. If you want a link to this, it's on Amazon too. I think they're $20. They're kind of expensive for what they are, but these have already been washed like 2 or 3 times. And they absorb so much. Jimmy has used these when he's traveled in South America. We used them when we went to Africa for bath towels. They absorb mucho and they dry really fast. I'm putting these in the packing cube just because they kind of leave a flat, I'm not sure that's how I had it. They kind of leave a flat, nice, there we go. I don't think it was that square, but anyway, it still should zip. This is the same towel. I'm just gonna, this one's messy. Try to straighten it up a little bit. All right. So ideally, you would want these sharing the top space. I don't know how I had that. Maybe I had it in thirds. Maybe that will be better. And just kind of make it so that everything kind of lies flat. Okie dokie. So that's all my clothes. On the plane, I'm going to be, I've got to put water shoes in here too. Don't let me forget that. So then you just zip this up and you don't even have to squash it down very much. It's just, it holds it all nice and neat. And then if you get checked to be scanned, they take this out and it's not like they're just rifling through all your stuff. So they can take this out and look through it. So this just goes straight down in this bag. Just like that. And doesn't even take up the whole room. As you see, there's still room for me to squash it down into that measurer thing. All right. So these solid items, you can take just a shaving razor, safety razor, without checking it. A small hairbrush. I went and bought that one because mine was too big. This is my makeup, just really bare bones. Just makeup and hair ties. I'm not planning on wearing a whole lot of makeup. My toiletries. And like, we're all gonna share, like Evangeline and I will share a deodorant, Jimmy and Harrison will share a deodorant. There's no need to bring 4 sticks of deodorant. We'll all share the same shampoo. I have conditioner for the girls. We just don't need a lot of stuff. And you can always buy it there unless you're going to, you know, the jungle. There's gonna be somewhere to buy stuff if you don't have it. Okay, so let's put this in here. I'm just slipping this in. Put that Ziploc bag where you can really reach it. I like my makeup on the outside because I like to touch it up before I arrive. I'm just gonna stick these down in these interior pockets, this solid stuff. A hairbrush in a pocket, so that's what I like about this bag because it's got some inside pockets. All right, this is a snorkel mask. This may be the bane of our existence, but I didn't want to have to rent them, and we're staying at a place that's on the cliff, so there's really good snorkeling right there. So we each have one of those. So look, that's 5 days, 4 nights in this one little bag. Now this is important. This is just a passport case. It's got all my passport and the kids' passports, and then I'll put my driver's license, credit cards, and cash in here as well. So it serves as my wallet on the trip. That needs to go in the outside pocket. This is a tip that I think is very good for traveling. And I did this for the first time, well, not for the first time, but it really came in handy in Scandinavia. We did 5 countries in 11 days. And before we left, I printed out everything every itinerary, every confirmation email, every ticket, every car rental. I printed out and had a hard paper copy with me of all these reservations. Yes, I had them on my phone, but we got there and sometimes the Wi-Fi was sketchy in an airport, and boarding passes, I had them in my Apple Wallet on my phone, couldn't access them sometimes. So it's always good to just have a hard copy. So this is our car rental, our flight, our resort reservations, and then this is all of our legal stuff. This is copies of the kids' birth certificates. This is a copy of every one of our passport pages in case we were to lose a passport. This is a copy of our marriage certificate, which is real important if you're traveling with kids who have a different last name than yours, if you've remarried, just to prove that they're your kids. So you need something with your previous name and your new name. So, you know, all this stuff is just random. They probably won't ask for it, but if they do, we've got it all here. And you're not having to worry about hooking up to Wi-Fi to find your confirmation number if something goes awry. Hopefully we won't need any of this, but if we need it, it's all right here. And I just bought a really nice like pencil case to keep it in. And as we're traveling, I put boarding passes and tickets, like train tickets, plane tickets, bus tickets, in this mesh part so you can see at a glance what's next. Like say our transportation on, say we're taking a bus tour. So I'll put the bus tickets for the day in the front of this so I can see it. And the other is just really for backup and safety. And I always keep a pen because you got to fill out those custom forms on the plane. And this goes in the front. So the only thing that I lack, this still has a tag on it. The only thing that I lack is my water shoes, which I got to get out of my. Hope I don't have to use my other bag. There we go. My water shoes are going to get out of my closet. So, fully stuffed. See, but it'll squash down good. It's like 7.5 inches this way. 17.5 this way. 13 inches this way. So it's a little long this way. I think it's supposed to be, it's probably 18.5.
You also had it on top of
this. Well, that doesn't matter. At any rate, because it's soft, you can squash it into that box. And I've actually never been stopped. Jimmy was stopped once flying United, which was United Economy Plus or whatever the cheapest ticket you could get, and they made him take stuff out, and we actually ended up having to check a bag that time because his bag was oversized, and it was pretty dramatically oversized, and you could tell it was very stuffed full. So we ended up having to pay for a check bag. United Economy, anyway, it was United. I've flown Spirit with this exact same size bag before, didn't have any problem. I flew United with this bag, but because mine squashed, his didn't really squash, his was more rigid. So anyway, here we go, 5-day trip.